Here we go. Here we go. Shadowbringers juice. Let's get it. Whoa, we're going Shadowbringers. Very succulent story. Whoa, here we are. Woo! Oh, the era of 14 Pez is close, man. Whilst I get to latest content, I'm going to take down all your favourite YouTubers, all your favourite communities, even if they're 100 men strong. I'm going to become the 14 champion. I am the warrior of light. I am the warrior of law. That is me. Oh, I can't wait to get into the latest plot juices that are even titillating your brains. I've been behind for so long. Alright, here we go. Everyone back. Jazura, hello. Vampy, Erebos. Alright. So Matoya's crystal eye only showed us that our teammates' souls have been severed. And shit's bad, man. Shit's bad. Little twist with Solace being alive still. Oh my god. The Grand Mastermind of the Empire. Yay! Oh, Sabrina. Hello. But Varis' defense, he tried to shoot that fool. He may be a decent dude. He looks like a scrote. A sad, unhappy scrote. But he tried to shoot him. Alright. Who's lurking around today? You got the crew. Hopefully some trial or dungeon coming up soon. Am I close to one at all? I assume there'll be at least one big heave-ho. If I do indeed go to Shadowbringers this stream. Let's walk through this bloody labyrinth. I say, talk to me. Who's left? Oh, it's Tash. Tash, you're setting off the dogs. Right, Avner will be right. He has to be. Right. Greetings, child. The commander told me to expect you. Shall I show you in? Yes, yes. By the way, notifications. Are they happening? Are they working? Yes, close to a dungeon. Yeah. Oh, there's good boy Maxima. I trust you, Maxima. But if you betray me, this is the last time I'll trust in 14 ever again.
I'm sorry to drag you halfway across the realm, but when Maxima mentioned Alphino, I thought you'd want to hear the news in person.
Okay. He's gone off with a ragtag band of...
Ah, we meet again. Though I was
Shadow
hoping our
Hunters.
reunion would be under more auspicious circumstances.
Oh, I just remembered with that Shadow Hunter dude. Yeah, he had all the Asian masks. Asean masks hanging on his belt. General Grievous style. This is the dude we need right now.
What happened to my brother? Where is Alphino?
Never fear, my lady. Your brother was in fine health when I took my leave of him, and I have no reason to assume that has changed.
You assume?
Come on, give
If you will
Maxima
allow
a break.
me, I shall endeavour to explain events.
Default alerts his best boy. I don't know why it's a mert peering. Or how to get rid of it. It's so weird. Hold on, let me it may be this asset. Let me take this alerts off. See if that works.
Our troubles began not long after we departed Doma. While crossing the burn, we were fired upon by the Emperor's personal guard and forced to make an emergency landing. As we stumbled from the wreckage, our attackers fell upon us again, and we would have perished there and then were it not for the intercession of a third party, a band of mercenaries whose leader claimed to pursue a vendetta against the Aseans. This Shadow Hunter, as he styled himself, then escorted us out of the wastes to relative safety. Upon arriving back in civilization, I gathered my Populares colleagues and prepared to flee the Empire.
Fair
Master
enough.
Alphino, however, declined the invitation to join us, preferring to continue his investigation into the Asean threat.
Well, at least he's not lying in a heap in the burn. Tell us more about these Asean Hunters. Who are they? And is Alphino still with them?
I wonder what this Shadow Hunter guy's name is. Don't tell me, but I'm going to guess, because he's clearly going to be an Asean slaying MVP. Greg. I'm close, aren't I? Was that it?
He is. As to who they are, I'm afraid I have nothing to tell you. Beyond the fact that they root out and destroy Aseans, they were unwilling to divulge anything which might serve to identify them.
Greg the Shadow Hunter. I was right. Oh my god. Oh my god.
They would not even reveal their next destination. But Master Alphino asked to accompany them all the same. Since parting company with your brother, we've been engaged in a game of cat and mouse with the Emperor's Guard. We made our way through province after province, finding the army busy restoring order wherever we went, until we finally arrived here in Alamigo. I cannot thank Commander Aldin enough for giving us such an unexpectedly warm welcome.
This is an interesting little piece
I'm
we
not
formed
inclined
here.
to turn away refugees, no matter which land they call home. And if they can tell me how things lie in Garlemald, all the better.
On that subject, there is much I would tell you. During the course of our journey, we heard tales that an entire rebel army had been slaughtered in the space of a single night.
Ooh, a little about the Black
It would
Rose
seem my
gas.
former comrades grew tired of putting down uprisings in the conventional manner, and chose instead to bring a formidable new weapon to bear. Details were sparse, but the rumor alone was enough to dampen the flames of rebellion.
I forgot about tactics, Greg. That playthrough was great. It was, wasn't it, Cornell? It was such a fun playthrough.
I have also heard reports that several companies have withdrawn from their designated provinces and begun marching westward. It is my assessment that the Empire's forces are mobilizing for a large-scale military engagement.
Westward? You mean they're getting ready to invade Alamigo?
We knew this was coming, but not that it would be so soon.
I mean, why wouldn't it be so soon?
We've barely even begun to shore up our
Precisely
defenses.
why they would attack
They
now.
won't stop an invading army.
No.
They'd be idiots
They
to let them
won't.
fortify.
Dispatch messengers to the Alliance leadership requesting reinforcements, and send word
They
to our
better
officers in the
send
field
them.
to hasten completion of those border fortifications. Prepare to meet the Imperials head on!
Oh shit, we're going straight into the frying pan. Yee!
No matter how quickly we act, we still want for time. When the enemy comes into view, our best recourse will be to open negotiations with their commander, and see that the ensuing proceedings take as long as possible.
Would you and Alize head to Doma and let Lord Hier know about this? I'm sure he'll want to hear about Alphino too.
Right. 2 secs. Are my follow assets even working properly? Latest follower. Latest follower has been pitched on Raquel for quite some time. Definitely not the latest follower. Nadia Rain. Just joined 6 minutes ago. I think this asset is broke. Damn this new layout. I need to fix.
Consider it done. We'll send word when...
Oh no. No, don't take Alize's soul.
Untold sorrow must be changed.
God, who could that voice be?
Ahead looms a calamity. Eon become instant. Throw wide the gates.
Eon become instant. That's a trippy ass line. Like eons. Like time. All time becomes instant.
Well, at least we're both still standing.
Yes.
Oh, thank the gods. I thought we'd lost you for a moment there. Why does this keep happening?
I wish I knew. Nothing we've tried has brought us any closer to an answer. We'll keep working on it. But first, we need to go and see Lord Hien.
Hey! Karo Takeda. Hello, mate. You watched the Shadowbringers release trailer? If you have watched it before starting the expansion, it's pretty good. I have seen it. Saw the one with, I think it was Minfilia, but she looked very different. And Swankrid showed up. And they fought that big thing, and yeah, it's the Warrior of Light going through the different classes, like Dragoon, 1 minute, Archer, Warrior. You just get smacked by that big angel-looking bitch. Which that was such a badass trailer. Alright, so Alphinaud is safe, for the present at least. Now all we need to worry about is a full-scale Imperial invasion. I'm actually glad Lise tasked us with visiting Lord Hien. Better to be dashing from place to place than sitting around stewing over things we can't change. To the Enclave! Oh man, I feel like I've seen more action in these two patches, post-Shadowbringers patches, Stormblood patches, god, than all of the Stormblood story. More shit has happened now than almost of that entire expansion. What the hell? Oh god. I've got to head down to here. Which I can TP to. Stop throwing me off, Mercantile Docks. No, I need to teleport to Enclave. Enclave? Enclave? Where's the Enclave? There we go. That's the one. Stormblood was a bit slow. It was a lot of politicking, a lot of gathering folk together, a lot of chatting in rooms. But they have put the gas to the floor. Oh, my soul still hurts for Yotsuyu though. Why does it feel so bad, man? She was crazy evil. Why do I feel this gnawing pain? Right, first person in the releasing crazing out. What? The eyes aren't there now. Oh, there they are. Just two bouncing orbs. Oh. Right. Right, speak with EN. Wow. Wow. Co, what gear are you sporting? Woo! So few people actually wear their helmets in games. So few. Asahi was just misunderstood. Asahi was pure nutty. I see a time for Lord Hien, man. Show you in. What a boring ass job that guy has. Oh, Blue Kojin Emissary. Catan Sui's here as well. Bloody hell. We of the Blue Kojin will not submit to the Empire's tyranny. If only our red brethren would awaken to their folly. After their humbling at your hands, Magnai and Oriner have spent every waking moment upon the training fields. Defeat does not sit well with the sun and his children. I love you, Cyrano. I proclaim my love to you. The Imperials have enjoyed the freedom of the Ruby Sea for long enough. 'Tis time they paid their dues. Nakshan Emissary Dalmascan. Oh my god, this is a Dalmascan dude. The fall of Rabadasta was not the end of our nation. We who survived retreated underground and have been gathering strength to mount a counter-offensive. Dalmasca will rise again. Right, Naksha. I am come to represent the lands of Naksha. Long have we struggled in defiance of the Empire, waiting for such opportunities as alliance represents. Is that a dude or a chick? That's a dude, right? Okay. All these characters are becoming very homogenous. Right, Lenora, you have arrived in time to witness the beginnings of our new alliance. Our proposal struck a chord with many of our neighbours, I'm pleased to say. Right, let's get in there. Greetings, my friends. I was just discussing future endeavours with the members of our newly formed alliance. The Koji and the Confederacy you already know, and it was our own strength of arms that won us the cooperation of the steppe tribes. Buckle up, are you sure? Are you sure, Amber? Buckled in again. God, I love all the buckle density. The buckle up density is dense. It's great. We have also been joined by our neighbours from Naxia and the indomitable citizens of Damaska, though the scattered nature of the latter's visitors will somewhat delay their official induction. These proud peoples have united under a single purpose, to stand against the tyranny of the great Empire? Garlean Empire. Don't call them great. I'm glad to see your alliance is coming together so swiftly. All things stand. I fear we shall soon have need of your strength. I don't know why it's all laggy and framey. I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. I thank you for bringing me news of Alphino. His fate has never been far from my thoughts, and not only because he is our emissary. As for this sudden deployment of Imperial forces... Sorry, let me release more RAM. I agree that Alamigo would be wise to shore up its borders with all haste. Every report we receive from our shinobi indicates a massing of troops in the western provinces. It seems all but certain that the Empire is poised to bring its fist up Eorzea. And I would help deflect that blow, but I cannot risk sending reinforcements just yet. We will remain vulnerable to airborne assault until our wall in the burn is in place. Right, that was why we were creating the wall. Yeah, we don't have the aerial might to repel them back. The all-important Alagun energy barrier. Oh man. Karut Kaida dropping all of the subs to people. Got some generosity dunking down. The energy barrier, yes. I thought to call it something more auspicious. Name drawn from the four Lords of Legends, perhaps. Sirius Aegis. Sirius Aegis? Or some such, well, just a thought. What does Aegis actually mean? Aegis. It appears in so many games. The Ironworks engineers report that they have finished calibrating the generators and are ready to proceed to testing stage. Shield. Aegis is shield. Have you time to attend the first test? You've seen the field which protected Az's laugh firsthand, and I would be interested to hear how you think ours compares. I will come too if you don't mind, though I am no Yoshtola. I may be able to offer some insight? Of course, time being of the essence, it would be best if we made directly for the burn, Yugiri. I'll leave you in Hakuru to bring the War Council to a close. Understood. Your Morns are saddled? Mounts? Tales of dyslexia be gone. Ready, my lord. Wear the storms. What do I fancy today? I'm pretty hanky right now. Oh, I could do some dough, some thick dough. Some thick dough and cheese, go on. Just give me the gold. I like that Alagun silver pieces are still a trading currency. As expected, Tsunasato failed to answer the call. Not that I blame the Ruby Princess. Enlightened as she is, reputed to be... It's because I didn't finish her quest line. Salty little biatch. Ruby Princess? She didn't step up. I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed. She was quite lovely, actually. It could be no easy task persuading her people to relinquish their long-held isolation. Yen is eager to see the energy barrier in action. We will cross the burn by Yol and Falcon as before. Join me at the overlook near the House of the Fierce. Everyone give your house a name. Based on the general vibe of the household you live in, sort of the general aura, the ambiance. Give your house a name. Mine will be House of the Squeaky Dogos. House of the Floofy Bonces. Or House of the Paradox, maybe, because I'm super chill and laid out, borderline lazy, and Tash is about the most productive person in the universe. House of Depression. Grim. Oh, that's sad. And this I'm chuckling. House of Muffins. House of the Unair Conditioned. Oh, that's... but, oh no, that's Evil God who's up in Scotland, right? Where are you at, Erebos? House of Candyland. House of Slobville. House of Loneliness. House of Shitstorm. You got a shitstorm going down right now, Sabrina. Confide in Uncle Pez the shitstorm. I'll resolve it. I live beside a sheep farm, so House of... Ah! Had it been up to the Ruby Princess decision sooner, so I would have participated. Yeah, we kind of got a little dynamic of that. Like, the Ruby Princess is... she's more just like a figurehead. There are a lot of other decision makers about. House of Mental Depletion. Oh, everybody's in Oregon. Oh, where am I going? Towards that juicy looking fate. Huh? My next quest bearer should be here. I've been led astray. Am I on a wrong level? Huh? Nani? Fierce Picket. Have no fear, my friend, be it beast or man or magitech. I shall defend the house of fear from all strange dangers most fiercely. Shug shug. Alright, are you going to take me to some elevated place? Oh, it's above ground. Fly me to the quest and let me get to Shadowbringers. Let me make lots of schmeckies by playing FF14. Alright, let's just pray there are no sandstorms brewing out there. It's alright, the birds held up perfectly well in the last sandstorm. Alright, give the word when you are ready to take wing. Let's do it. House of Cockroaches. Remember I was in Southeast Asia, we stayed in a place that was infested with them. My mate stayed up till 4 in the morning slaying cockroaches. And he looks kind of like his weird uncle Roy. He has like a weird uncle called Roy. So I nicknamed him Roy the Roach for the rest of the holiday. Oh, it pissed him off. Alright, Roy the Roach. 5 buckles. 5 fucking buckles. Are you serious? Oh my god.
It seems the engineers have matters well in hand.
Blanket of protection as well. Beautiful shamanic. Oh, look at this. This is what my tattoo is based on. You guys have seen this a few times. This art here. Oh! This is my protection. My protection cloak. That's what that was based on. Safe. It seems the engineers have matters well in hand.
Should the barrier work as we intend, Doma will be free to reinforce her allies in Alamigo without fear of weakening her own borders.
Yes.
Honored friends, the time has come to put your hard work to the test. Start the generator.
Here we go. A year or 2 years streaming. I feel like it's all finally paying off bigly. Bigly. No blanket can protect you from this. Oh my god. You guys are hyping in the chat. It's making me feel quite nervous. It's giving me a tickly feeling right here. In my tifa.
Node 1 is operational. Nodes 2 to 8 are reporting similar energy levels. The barrier is forming.
Nice! I mean, where's Sid? Where's the main ironwork brass? They should have at least had Jesse doing this.
1,000 yards. 2,000. 3,000. Expansion remains smooth. No fluctuations detected.
Oh god, up it goes. Yeah! Ooh, that is a mega barrier.
5,000. Target altitude reached. The barrier is holding steady at 5,000 yards.
Jeez! And it's an invisible barrier. Sweet as. You're gonna fly into the barrier, mate.
An Imperial airship. Of all the rotten timing.
Oh, sugar.
But this is a gift, Mistress Alize. They can test our new wall for us.
With their life. Why? Oh, bloody hell, here you go. Splank.
Seems solid enough, though I was hoping for a fireball.
I was expecting a fireball. Who the fuck just ruined my ship? Come on, I want some quirky, extravagant person to get off. It's not Shadow Hunter, is it? Ooh. No, has Alfie lost his soul?
It's Alphino.
Alphino's lost his soul!
What are you? Let me go! He has my brother!
Lower the barrier!
Is it going to be easy to put it back up again? I guess. Yeah, just as well the ship didn't burn. Oh man, imagine that. It just exploded. We just saw Alphino's head fly out, land at Alize's feet. Too dark? No, I think that would have been right for 40.
Be at ease, girl. The lad is not dead, merely locked in slumber.
No! Not Alphino as well! Oh my gosh. We're losing him.
No, not him too.
Pretty soon it's going to be just me left. Alize, don't leave me. Who is he, peasant?
We could identify no cause and found no remedy. Thus I sought to return.
I've had a flash.
And into the arms of Lord Hien himself, it would seem.
Pure speculation, no response. He's got a gripe against Asians. I bet he's going to be some head member in the family. Maybe he's the uncle that was it Varis contested with. Varis made his son definite heir because there's a battle with a brother. Maybe he's fucking Varys' bro. No, probably not. You named him Greg. That will do for now.
It is a day for fated reunions.
I love his VA though.
Would you not agree, adventurer? Or should I address you as the Warrior of Light?
Whoever this dude is, he's gonna have a badass backstory. Gaius van Basler, the Black Wolf. Gaius was who we fought in the what's the dungeon
Gaius van Basler, the Black Wolf. That was the title I was given.
Wait, what?
One I have long since relinquished.
The dude we fought in fucking what's his face? He's Gaius. I thought he was looking at the mask. It made no sense to me. Wait. Gaius was who we fought in, was it? The Praetorium. The Praetorium. Was it? I think it was. Shit! It was! What? What was he riding on? Was it Ultima? Was it Ultima? Yeah, Ultima weapon. Oh my god! What's he doing on this? Well, obviously Asean hate. Oh boy. Oh
the
boy.
legatus of the 14th Imperial Legion died in Castrum Meridianum. I am no more than Gaius Balsar, a man without rank or allegiance.
So yeah, the original ARR villain. Also voiced by Roose Bolton. Who's that? What else have they voiced? Roose Bolton?
Impossible. There's no way you could have survived.
I mean, when you said Bolton, I thought Game of Thrones, but the Skinner guy.
Do you remember how it unfolded?
I do. There was like an explosion in the Praetorium and we did that like slow-mo charge out of it. I think it was on Magitech. I hated the Praetorium the first time I ran it. It was when they had cutscenes going and I was like new to tanking. Literally, I walked in the Praetorium, I watched one cutscene, come out of it. The rest of the fucking team's fucked off. They're dick deep in the dungeon and they've left half the mobs around. I was stranded without a hope in the world. It really stressed me out, to be honest.
How I was deceived by La Habrea. How I was convinced that reviving the Ultima weapon would allow me to bring peace to Eorzea.
Oh my god, so he's gone Asean slaying since then. Dude!
The Asean used me, as he used so many others. All to further the restoration of his wretched god.
Zodiac.
Yet even with the might of Alec at my command, you bested me. And as the Praetorium went up in flames, I was content to burn along with it. For a moment, at least.
Alright.
A moment of folly. To surrender my life thus would have been to betray all who died for my cause. It was for them that I dragged myself free of the rubble, and swore vengeance on the Aseans.
So now we're working with Gaius and Nero. Oh, bring back badass white armored chick, whose name I've once again immediately forgotten, even though you told me it just last week. Bring her back. Lucia's sister.
The Black Wolf has shed his pelt, never to return to Garlemald or her legions.
Livia, that's it. Bring Livia back.
I live now only to exact revenge. My principal quarry was to be La Habrea, whom I gather you have since ushered onto oblivion. But so many more remain. Long as their kind lurked in the shadows, laboring to sow chaos throughout our world, I would see each and every one dragged into the light and put to the sword.
Oh, the lighting on that is pretty swanky.
Are the Scions not of like mind?
In this single respect, perhaps.
I mean, this is going to be a hard trust.
Then I shall continue the partnership the boy began, and share what intelligence I have acquired. Among the Aseans, the Black-Masked Ilk are subordinate to those who wear red. This you already know.
Okay. Black, subordinate to those who wear red. Red. To
Yet
white?
among the red there exists a hierarchy.
Oh, a hierarchy.
Those set adrift with the shards clearly stand below those still joined to the source.
Red exists hierarchy. Those set adrift with the shards clearly stand below those who are still joined to the source.
Nabriales, who once dared to intrude upon the rising stones, belonged to the former group, and while he was indeed a dangerous foe, his powers were inconsequential next to the paragons of the source.
Right, so Nasialis of all the reds was a bit of a bitch because they're just connected to a shard and then to the source. I feel like this is all going to be very important lore stuff.
The first was La Hebrea, who plagues us no more. There is also the white-robed Elidibus, and the elusive Emmet Selk, about whom little is known.
Emmet Selk. Oh, yeah, the white, even the white-headed dudes, white-robed dudes wear the red ones. I'm not even going to ask much about that crystal in the background, that very Heidelin shape. Is that like the opposite of Heidelin? Alright, so La Brea, fucked him, Nasialis, dead. Elidibus, who may be in Xenos now, not entirely sure. And Emmet Selk. Okay.
We have files on La Hebrea and Elidibus, but I believe this Emmet Selk is new to us.
Emmet Selk time.
As I assume my brother told you, we have evidence to suggest that an Asean now walks in the body of the Crown Prince. Have you identified this interloper?
Elidibus seems the most likely culprit. As emissary, it is his role to maintain the equilibrium between darkness and light.
I mean, that seems like a noble task. So the shards are the other worlds, and the source is the world you are on now. Ooh. Ooh, that's complex. Trying to remember what Wohl said about our realm. There was loads of interesting, juicy stuff dropped about what's specific about this realm.
Your many deeds in Heidelin's name have upset the balance, and I believe he seeks to restore it by throwing his considerable power behind the Empire. As a leader of the Aseans, he is one of our primary targets.
I mean, if this is how the 14 world works, I'm just going to retire now. At the end of the day, what the fuck is the point? If there's always got to be a balance between good and shite, well, what's the point?
It was on the trail of this very prey that the boy and I came across the scene of a failed uprising. In the absence of a single Garlean casualty, we inspected the bodies of the rebels, and the lack of any external injury drew my immediate attention. They had been slain by Black Rose, an alchemical invention of the Imperial Army. When I yet served as legatus, I ordered its production halted, and all stockpiles destroyed. Toxic gas is not a tool of conquest, but of extermination.
They're trying to make Gaius seem not so bad now.
Toxic gas? This must be the new weapon Maxima warned us about. Something deadly enough to sweep away all resistance in a matter of hours. Gods. You don't think they're planning to use this in Alamigo, do you?
Put your fears to rest. We infiltrated the production facility and destroyed all existing stores of the chemical along with the plant itself. Even should they rebuild the operation, they will not soon
that's pretty
manufacture
huge.
another
That's
batch.
pretty huge. Remember the Warring Triad quest and the kid in the white robe from the 13th Shard? Vaguely. Vaguely. I remember the Warring Triads. And then it cut away.
Regardless, I would draw your attention to a directive we discovered in the plant's records.
Oh shit,
The
Alfie went
document
there.
was
Okay.
marked with a recent date and authorized with the signature of one Zeno C.A. Galvus.
There is a side quest in the fringes that tell you more on
signing the
Black
death
Rose.
warrant for thousands. 'Tis bad comedy.
'Tis bad comedy.
But the tale does not end there. Within that same facility was a chamber filled with devices of elegant design. Cloning technology, we realized.
Cloning! It's a clone. Which they probably, that's why they still would have needed the body.
And what should we find in each and every incubator? But a young Emperor Solus.
Oh boy! Oh boy. That was, yes, oh I remember that kid. Unukalai. Unukalai. I remember that kid. Yeah, with the little mask. Yeah, I do remember that kid. Unukalai. He had trust issues. Oh my god, cloning chambers.
All of which prompts the question, were the Aseans responsible for these
This is
abominations?
some Star Wars shit.
Or was it the will of the Emperor? I must know which hand guides the Empire. Though I have given up my rank, I am yet a son of Garlemald, and I will fight for the future of my homeland.
Oh man, this is huge having Gaius on the side. Huge! Oh man, if we can sort stuff, because we're never going to destroy the Empire. If we can get someone like Gaius back in control, and if he is completely not a douche anymore.
It is time I return to the hunting of shadows. We should focus on our common foe. To reopen old quarrels now would serve no purpose.
This plot really reminds me of the Altered Carbon anime I watched recently. It was done where this like Japanese head of the Yakuza clan, basically no clan member will survive too long because an empire would get, or their clan would get super corrupted. And if you've ever seen Altered Carbon, you have stacks. And what this leader was doing the whole time is he was pretending to destroy his stack, but then he was re-uploading his into each new leader. And yeah, basically running the whole thing from behind the scenes for years. Years.
You saved my brother's life, so I'm willing to let sleeping dogs lie. But in truth, it's not my decision to make.
So this another time. Do any of your choices ever really matter that much?
There was a time when I scorned
I think you guys said it does later on.
False gods, even as I, in my blinkered conviction, place mine in Asean promises.
Gaius got woke.
Unlike yours, my strength of will and my restraint was found wanting. We shall meet again.
Mate, those are some
of light.
Big missions. Some of them do. Right. Really? Wait, so are you saying about Gaius? That line there, he conquered Alamigo from the Mad King.
Unexpected ally to say
Is that true? I could see if I looked more into the character of Gaius that he's probably been doing what he perceives as the best thing with a bit of Asean influence and manipulation, and so really Gaius was the one who conquered Alamigo from Mad King. Because that dude was nuts, so that would have been fully justified. Ah, Balsar's Wall. It's called that for a reason.
Well, I am content to leave the fine-tuning of the barrier to cleverer minds. Let us bid our friends from the Ironworks farewell, and see what can be done for Alphino back in Dorma.
Gaius was a nationalist, he never did anything. He was a conqueror and warmongerer. I can't remember who, I thought I just saw someone make a barbarian comment. I like that line from Troy. You know when he goes to the king and he seems like a total dick, and he's talking about how he was the one who united barbarians, cannibals and fire eaters from all around the world. Similar to what Rome did, I guess. Dragged less developed, more warry tribal nations together. This section of the game is so interesting. Right, what uncanny timing that Master Alphino should be returned to us just as we were testing the barrier. I only hope a cure can be found for this, for his malady. Otherwise, the War Council has ended in unanimous agreement to forestall the Empire's expansion plans in this region. Our allies are willing to send troops to fight in Eorzea. Thank you. Thank you. Wow. Alphino is safely ensconced in a private chamber. My finest healer is examining her as we speak. An apt comparison, given all the Roman naming among the troops and ranks as such. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's kind of the one side of the Roman Empire expanding the way it did, that is to say, it did kind of benefit the world to a degree, you know, bar that it eliminated a lot of culture and a lot of freedom, obviously, and freaking genocide and death, but at the end of the day, people, a lot of rebellion sort of quieted down because people joined the Roman side because it simply had more compelling ideologies, it had more compelling technology, it had things to actually offer to the world. Building a world in a brighter image, I guess. I have spoken with a physician and there are no outward signs of illness. Alphino is lost in a sleep from which he cannot be awoken, just like the others. It seems that even the lands of the Empire were not far enough away to escape that cursed voice. I mean, we can't forget that's how the Christmas tree came around. It was the Romans, and even the day of Christmas, moving it to a day that the I can't remember specifically what race it was, that they'd find it more appealing. I think it was the Germanian tribes. But yeah, part of the Christmas tree was part of their bloody tradition and culture in the 25th of December, and they moved it to make it more appealing. I share your frustration, Alizé, I do, but Alphino is returned to us alive, in other ways unharmed. All that remains is to find the means to wake him. Until then, you can but fulfill your duties as scions, yours and your brothers both. Hey, Lady Sumi! What up? You're right, of course. These are arrangements, made, and no time to make them. To business then, my lord. Now that we know Seria's wall works as intended, can we expect reinforcements for Alamigo? Hold on. Hold on. I'm Googling something. I'm going to Google. Oh my god, I just... I took a peek at my Twitter. And of course, I sent some Costa del Sol FF7 remake, Aerith Bikini vibes, and it got me a response. Buckle up, plug your nose with some tissues, because this is going to be a nosebleeder. This is such a ridiculous image of Jessie. It's in no way her body shape, but giggity giggity goo, we're going to have a look at it anyway. Here's a bonus, mate. No! No! I mean, in no way is that Jessie's figure, but... What else we got? Jesus. This is fitting. I approve this message. Oh man, I want to spread that on my toast in the morning. Yes, please. Oh god. Jesus. Okay. Yeah, it was. Modern Christmas trees originated during the Renaissance in early modern Germany. The tree of paradise. That's too much to read. To business, you most certainly can. As promised, we will send troops to bolster our allies in order with that delay. I didn't end up bringing back any of the interesting lore I wanted, I just found lewds. Alright, pray be aware, however, that they will not arrive without delay, save for some few who boast teleportation magics. The bulk of our force must be transported by sea, a lengthy voyage for which the smaller vessels favoured by the Confederacy are ill-equipped. I'd love to have that figure. It's unrealistic. Don't aspire. Accordingly, I mean to enlist the assistance of the East Ordinar Trading Company in finding suitable ships. Telegy? Help us out, bro. As for navigating the distances and questions, we are in the happy position of being able to call upon those who plotted the course of my people's exodus to Eorzea. So part of the East Ordinar Trading. Godbert is also one of them, isn't he? He's part of the trading company. Right, beyond the procurement of ships, I think it unlikely that our East Ordinar friends will consent to any involvement in military operations, but I am certain they will afford Alphino a berth aboard one of their vessels. I shall have a Shurigan accompany him every inch of the way to the Rising Stones. You have my thanks, Lord here. You agree. I will go on ahead with our friends of Alamigo, enlist all those capable of teleportation and put them at the disposal of their Eorzean alliance as soon as possible. They will form the vanguard. Yes, my lord. This is exactly what we'd hoped for. Lisa and the alliance leaders would be glad indeed to welcome the combined strength of the East. Right. Oh man, this would be such a juicy... Was Roman expansion good or bad? Oh shit, no, screw that, what's going down? Varis, my boy? That armor's got to be so uncomfortable. Our supplies of Black Rose have been ruined, but the new plant is already under construction. We should have the first batch ready in time for the offensive, Your Radiance. Like when does Varis just get into his, like, snuggies? You know what I mean? Like his elasticated slacks. When do you wear anything chill? That armor's what's making you so moody.
See that you do.
Ah, yes, the infamous Black Rose. If I recall correctly, Gaius did not much care for the invention.
God, this guy's face, man. This is evil manifest. Oh, Godbert is on the Monetarist Council. Alright, not a member of the East Ordinar Trading Company. Right, he's one of the Monetarists.
A ruthless and indiscriminate weapon indeed, this airborne poison. It seems you are capable of making decisions worthy of your bloodline.
That's what you deem worthy, eh?
With no gift for sorcery,
TFG.
we Garleans must look to Magitech to even the odds. If it spares the needless deaths of our soldiers and serves the cause of this empire, there is no method I would not employ.
TFG being too far gone.
How very noble of you. Truly, though, I must commend you for embracing your role as Emperor. You play the part of the determined ruler well. Sometimes even I catch myself believing.
Shoot it again! Just do it for satisfaction. Fuck, there's really nothing Varis can do.
A silent agent of death. Now that I think on it, Black Rose may well possess the perfect aspect. Slowly but surely, the deluge of light has worked upon the ether here in the source, and the gas should be most susceptible to its influence.
Slowly but surely, the deluge of light has worked upon the ether here in the source. Again, no spoilers, but is the deluge of light too much light? Is that what is thinning the ether? And the gas should be most susceptible to his influence.
Well, I shall leave you to your own devices. Go forth and bloody the land with your grand and glorious war.
While you do what, precisely?
That theme that he's got is so good. It represents how creepy
Need you
and it's a bit flippant sounding as well.
All Aseans do.
I just don't give a fuck.
Your kind exists only to usher in the next calamity. But you seem oblivious to the harm your singular agenda causes to the Empire.
So I've got many questions, like, and I don't know if I should be getting these answered. Like, Solus is his grandfather, but was Solus always an Asean, or did he become an Asean? And if he was always an Asean and he had kids, I assume he became one. Oh god. Oh shit, we've gone to emoji
you
mode.
Cannot have forgotten the events which followed your mortal demise.
Ah, right. One line later, my question gets answered. There you go.
Our homeland was plunged into civil war for your failure to name a successor. The edifice you so carefully constructed was but a hair's breadth from collapse.
And I kept it on track.
Are you truly so naive?
Go on.
You thought me oblivious to the consequences of a departure so painstakingly timed?
It was by design?
Well, of course it was.
Only the most ruthless one would have lasted.
The panic exceeded even my wildest expectations. But how can you be surprised? Throwing the world into disarray was the very purpose for which this nation was, as you say, so carefully constructed.
So more chaos, and also, I suppose, whoever between the uncle and the brother, whichever of them would have gone the next step further to settle the civil war, would have been the kind of person who would fucking unleash some Black Rose bizzle. He wants a nutter on the throne.
Now, if you have no further questions, I must be on my way. Since we may not meet again in this lifetime, it would be remiss of me not to offer a word or two of gratitude.
What? Oh my god.
I really must thank you for this surplus of vessels. I can mold any host into my own image, but having bodies tailor-made for me in this fashion is so much less tiresome.
So is this Solus's OG visage?
You dabbled in elegant cloning techniques, yes? It certainly is a compelling, not to mention entertaining, field of research. And of all the options available, you chose the founding father on whom to experiment. You have a twisted streak to you, Varis, like grandsire, like grandson, hey?
So that's it. That makes it sound like Varis did it and like brought back Solus. This hasn't been happening the whole time, or? Because I would have thought that Solus manipulated Varis into it, but it seems like Varis did it off his own volition.
If events play out as planned, this will become something of a family enterprise. You will be the capstone of this world, I the anchor and shard, and together we will give the lie to this star's fraudulent existence.
Oh my god. There's too much to dissect here. There's too much. That's a great creepy evil laugh. Just oh, 14. You have such good characters. Oh man. Oh man. Go ahead, we'll join the enemy, go with our pie as soon as I can. Come, let's return to Lisa and share the good news about our Far Eastern reinforcements and nuclear chemical warfare. Yen stands ready to part for Alamigo. Oh, what's that? Oh, it's boring salmon muffin. Why do I keep getting offered the same food? Oh damn. Alright. We must leave now to convene with Aeol's leaders, and it may be some time before I return to Doma. Hakaru, I leave you in command. Man, Hakaru's probably more in charge after time than Yen.
My lord. My lord.
I shall assemble an advance party with all haste and join you in Alamigo forthwith. We are so close now. What, Shadowbringers? Are we? I'm 4 quests from Shadowbringers. Alright, let's go. How far into the stream am I right now? Oh, we got plenty of time. Nice. Nice-oo. By the way, all these people following up. Stazu to Keith, Snow's Main, Emil Stably, Drill stops, no cops. Reward. I have just received word from Lisa. Alliance has established a base camp near Alamigo's northeastern border. Once we've arrived in the locks, we're to report to Assistance Officer Station in Porta Pretoria, who will point us in the right direction. Let's not keep them waiting. Oh, new expansion, here we go! Here's where I find I haven't installed Shadowbringers properly. Right, Stormblood Collector's Edition was a Xenos statue. What was the Shadowbringers? What was the Shadowbringers Collector's Edition? Let's have a look. What was it? Kind of wishing I didn't purchase it now, so I could. I don't know. Oh, a Dark Knight figure. Ooh. Oh, that's very nice. Quick butchers. Four. Anyone got that? Sorry, the picture's very, very blurry and poor quality, but whoa, detail. How much did that cost? Amber Fireheart has it. Right, where am I going? This is fire in Pretoria. Parlay on the front lines. Alright, 699 again. 69. Any chance to do derail to do Omega before starting Shadowbringers? Before starting? Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It all depends how Shadowbringers starts. Oh, no letters for you today. Oh, why not? Keep sending me gifts, guys. Gifts. I mean, I still really want to do coils as well. Let's say, let's go. Oh, pink chokies. Wait, there's a laying down chokey. That's so rare to see. Yeah, I think we found the guide Lisa mentioned. Oh, why have they got yoga mats? Chocobo's carrying yoga mats. Can't Lisa, strap on your yoga pants and let's see you go. You must be the sign party I was told to look out for. If you follow me, I'll take you directly to the Alliance headquarters. Yes. And Evilis. Omega, Evilis, Coils. There's still Stormblood Hildy to do. The last Hildy I did was Heaven's Ward Hildy. Stuff. Oh, that's a beautiful sight. Yes! All of the factions' flags. Yeah, it's happening! This is the sort of shit I was expecting to happen in Stormblood. Man, this patch content is so much better than even the main expansion.
Greetings, Lord Here. Glad you could join us.
Glad to be here. I would have come sooner, while our own defense is not in question, but I am pleased to report that our soldiers are assembling for deployment to Alamigo as we speak.
We're grateful for your support. Thanks to the efforts of our allies, it won't be long before we've established defensive positions on this front as well.
Oh, blimey, it's happening. Sorry, there's something I want to quickly check out. Has there been a Greg in FF14? Greg, Final Fantasy 14. Pinball Greg. Something called Pinball Greg. What's that? Oh. It's a guild name. Greg. Greg Lodestone. Team profile, Greg. Wait, there's PvP teams. I'm seeing a 3-man PvP team called Greg. You can form 3-man teams? Don't look that up. There is a Greg in Hildy level 50 quest chain. It didn't pop up. I haven't seen it. Greg does exist. Yay.
We have some good news too. Alphino has come back to us. As for the bad news,
he's soulless.
So, Alphino won't wake up. Gaius van Baelsar is alive and hunting Asians, and the Empire is planning to poison us all with toxic gas. Does that sound about right?
Yeah, yeah, and also Solace is...
Ordinarily, any one of those things would have left me in shock.
A nutter.
But the way things have been lately, it's all starting to seem pretty normal. Getting back to your report, are we sure this Black Rose is the weapon Maxima was talking about?
Guys, he's done it already. How did he forget? Have I already done it? Did I encounter a Greg in a Hildebrand quest?
It fits the description. And it seems we have Alphino to thank for sparing us an early demonstration of its effectiveness. I have a feeling this won't be the last time his bravery in the Empire will serve us here in Eorzea. The threat of an unknown weapon has had us all on edge. But now that we know what we're dealing with, we can take steps to defend against it. As for Gaius, I'm not sure what to think. Am I happy he's alive? Not in the slightest. Am I happy he's hunting Asians? Aye, I'd have to say I am.
It's all very conflicting, Raban.
Oh, speaking of Garleans you didn't expect to see, we have a tale of our own, as it happens. When we sent envoys to the Imperial Army to request talks, they returned with the message that Varis Galvus would be attending.
Request talks? Oh, we're going to chat with Varis? What? What? Oh man, this is going to be massive.
Himself. Well, Varis did sanction the Popularis peace mission.
He did. Did he? Wait. Varis did sanction the Popularis peace mission, but Maxima came over here not on Varus's word, because him and the Popularis were getting hunted down. So basically, Varis has used the Popularis to try to get a message out. Oh.
But knowing that an Asean walks in his son's skin, I do not see how we can trust him or anyone from that nest of vipers.
The Alliance would proceed with negotiations regardless, if only to give ourselves more time to prepare. We do, however, require your cooperation.
Honestly, guys, I ain't shit you want to say. 14 doesn't even need the rest of the game. The classes, the jobs, the raids, the dungeons, the sexy outfits. It don't need any of that. This game could literally just be 300 hours of cutscenes playing over and over. And I'd love it!
Right. Yes. So, as a condition for the talks to go forward, the Empire has requested that a member of the Scions be present. There'll be a representative from each Alliance nation, of course, but I'm afraid we have to ask that you come along too.
See, what worries me about that is Solus said this will be the last time I see you alive. Is it going to try to kill Varis and all of our fucking Aeorsian leaders? Some black rose gas comes into the meeting room. I foresee bad shit happening.
Lise, you know how much I hate politics.
But again, I'm stipulating.
But then, what choice do I have? Alphino and the others aren't going to do it.
Time to politics, Alizé.
Very well. I shall attend as the Scion's representative.
Oh God, we got Alizé representing. We're fucked. The world is fucked.
In case you're wondering why I didn't ask you, the Empire also requested the presence of Eorzea's champion.
Because they want my ass dead as well. Whatever happens, do not accept a drink at this meeting. If you accept a drink, I swear I'll throttle you. Alright, I'll be there. I'm not fond of politics either.
Oh, you're not, are you?
I like to swing
If Alizé can
axe.
put on a brave face, then so can you. Now, we don't know what Varis means to bring to the table, or why he wants you there, but having you close at hand should make all the difference.
The meeting will take place on the border. Anticipating an early assault, we mean to position the bulk of our forces nearby.
The Alliance leaders should already be on their way. Once you're ready, we can head out and join them.
I've got real bad feelings about this. But I shouldn't. 14 is a master in subverting expectations. If you feel like things are going to go bad, they'll go swimmingly. If things are on the up and up, doom is nearby. Alizé, what say you? Oh God, we've gone back to emote mode again. If Charlene could not negotiate peace with the Empire, I rather doubt war can be avoided here. But every moment we steal fire preparations will count in the final reckoning. And this music makes me want to run bare-chested straight into the Empire. Ah! Such hero music. Is Emperor Varis enthralled to the Asians? That is the question. Should the Empire decide to ignore the rules of parley, we could be fighting far sooner than we'd like. Keep your weapons close. Well, I don't suppose it's polite to keep an Emperor waiting too long. Shall we? Oh, I don't want to press it. Oh boy. We'll press it together. Shit. Reach out. Press the X. Ooh, look at that weird finger green screen. Does this mean I've got green fingers? I'll press it together. Here we go. Yeah. Press it again. Yeah. There we go. Parlay with Emperor. Emperor Scrotal Skutstein. Sad scrote. Someone drew a sad face on a testicle. There's Varis. So where exactly are we having this meeting? Oh God. Oh God. We're lined up like chickens! Oh my God, we're gonna get slaughtered. If Lucille was in the room, I'd feel much safer. Oh my God, this is happening. Oh! Oh boy! Boyshki, boyshki. I've got chills going up my arms. I don't know why. This feels huge.
Aeorzean Alliance.
On behalf of the Gallian Empire, I thank you for inviting me here today.
Esteemed? Thank? Starting off nice.
As this parley was convened at your request, I invite you to speak first.
Very well, Your Radiance. I, Nanimo Ulnamo, 17th in the line of Ul, should be pleased to oblige you.
Nanimo keeping the stern, leaderly poise. 17th in the line, okay. I need my cape.
As recent events in Alamigo and Doma have made plain, the subjugation and exploitation of neighboring nations is not a sustainable policy.
Well said, Nanimo. Well bloody said.
Should this day end in war, you may very well defeat us. But you will never extinguish the people's desire for freedom. Though it may not be in our lifetime, there will be another revolution, another war, and the cycle will continue.
Yes, Nanimo! Shutting him down, boxed him up, stuck Varis in a little box of ideology, fucking spanked him with it. Well said. Here, here.
Doma has entered into a concord with the nations of Eorzea, a partnership wherein we recognize one another as equals. Garlemald could be afforded similar treatment. You need only set aside your ambitions and join us in paving a path towards peace.
See, Varis, if you know about the subtle balance of dark and light, you better get speaking, bruh.
You will not win me over with sophistry, Your Grace. As you know only too well, this alliance lacks the strength to keep the peace within its own borders. Even now, your struggles with the Beastmen continue unabated.
I bet Varis smacked the living shit out of his beast.
You sow this fertile soil with the seeds of your differences and reap naught but discord and chaos for your trouble. Eorzea must be united under one leader, one purpose. I would offer you both and bring an end to your strife.
With all due
he's made
respect,
a
Your Radiance,
strong retort.
The only thing that you offered the people of Alamigo was fear and hopelessness.
The citizens of Doma can also attest to the meager arms of imperial rule. There is no purpose to be found in a life of oppression, each day more uncertain than the last.
Oh gosh. Come on.
Our people are willing to die
We gotta talk it out here.
A great many already have, and countless more will, if we don't put an end to this madness here and now.
What do you think about that, Varis?
We brought order and stability to your lives. This madness and bloodshed is of your own making. You broke the peace, not Garlemald.
Peace. Order. You kill our peoples, despoil our lands.
Don't
take
escalate it,
everything that is
Raban.
ours.
Stay chill.
And what? You expect us to lick the boot that grinds our faces into the dirt?
I expect you to weigh the costs. To recognize that countless lives have been lost on both sides in pursuit of a greater good, and to not squander all we have achieved in a fit of petulance.
Oh, this meeting is fucking something
Your
else.
Radiance. I fear I can personally attest to the dangers of pursuing one's vision with such righteous fervor.
Yes, Emmerich, you can.
For 1,000 years, the Holy See of Ishgard waged war with dragons.
Brilliant anecdote, Emmerich.
1,000 years of sacrifice, of sorrow and hate,
Yeah.
in which we bathed in the blood of friend and foe alike. Had it gone on any longer, we may well have drowned.
Brilliant. Brilliant insertion. Hear, hear. Hear, hear. I'm going to do this like the House of Commons. Anything really strong and compelling? Slam those bloody keyboards. Hear, hear.
Yet we have chosen to raise ourselves out of this bloody spiral, and have since made peace with our former enemy.
So I understand. No doubt the dragons were more receptive to your overtures in the wake of their leader's demise.
I mean, Hrasvalgar didn't die. Hrasvalgar's their leader. What's he chatting about? Hrasvalgar was pretty chill.
You speak of peace,
We're not
yet
talking about
use war
Nidhogg.
to achieve it. Your father would not have bothered to obscure his intent with honeyed words. He understood that strength is all that matters in the end.
He is talking about Nidhogg. So, okay, I thought Hrasvalgar was more the leader of... there's different clans of dragons. Because there was also Midgar.
Without his clarity of vision, I
Midgasuma.
can but wonder what will become of Ishgard and her people.
Like he's a leader as well. Like Midgasoma, he was a leader of a bunch of them. He had his kids, and wasn't it one of his that got killed? His daughters. And Hrasvalgar was obviously hotting it up with Shiva. What would become of Ishgard? Midgasoma is the first dragon. Hrasvalgar and Nidhogg.
There was a time when Garlemald too lacked a leader of conviction. Weak and unable to wield magic, we were at the mercy of the strong from whom we sought refuge in the bitter cold of the north. Were it not for the discovery of Ceruleum and the subsequent development of Magitech, we might never have gained the power to take back that which was rightfully ours.
You speak as if your people were the first to have been driven from their homes. Limsa Lominsa was built by wayward souls in search of a place to call their own. On the shores of Vilbrand we found it, and from those humble beginnings did we grow and flourish. And all without robbing our neighbors of their liberty.
I mean, I was going to say, you run a city of pirates, but I suppose they're honourable pirates who acquire their booty through honourable means. Are you even a pirate at that point? Dishonourable booty is the best kind of booty. That's the kind of booty I want in my life.
So saith the pirate. Am I to believe that you simply asked the kobolds to yield up their lands and that they were happy to oblige you? That you did not drive them out like rats in the hold of one of the many ships seized by your privateers?
Jeez. Good point. Fuck.
I will
Here,
concede
here.
that after
Giving Varis
centuries
a
of
here.
exile, reclamation may be mistaken for invasion. Nevertheless, it is not. And those who till stolen soil have no right to object when cast out in turn.
Like this, what they're discussing right now is such a roadblock that even we as a civilization, we as a race, even right now in the 21st century, we have not got our minds around yet. How do you deal with the concept of people who want to take and those who are vulnerable to being taken? It's kind of like everyone has to come to some joint trust, which is exceptionally, crucially nigh on impossible to achieve. And then when you even do it, how many generations does it last? 1, 2, 3? And again, it comes to that old cycle, especially with leaders, is tough times make strong leaders, then strong leaders bring about peaceful times, then peaceful times make weak leaders. And thus the cycle spirals round and round and round. What is the answer? What is it? Like,
your uncompromising nature rivals that of the Ixal. They too lament circumstances which they themselves perpetuate. Were they but to embrace peace, we would welcome them with open arms. Indeed, some few have done just that, and now receive of the 12's Wood's bounty. Would that your people might learn from their example.
Sorry, 2 secs. Oh! Oi! Gave out 1 tier. I've never seen this before, sorry, it just popped up in my side. Azapakaza! Subscribe for 3 months on tier 1. Love it. Merciful Fate, 6 months at tier 1. Totally missing these. Thank you so much. All these follows. Wow. But what is this? Karu Takaida gave out tier 1 community sub gift. It's like a little box. What is this? Can I open it? It's very nice. Anyway, we're in emote mode, so you guys can't answer. Either way, whatever that is, it looks very juicy and I'm very aroused by it. Karu Takaida. Thank you. Thank you. Gift subs. Gift subs. Oh, sorry, gift subs to Amber Fireheart.
To the Birdmen? Yeah. You who thought to invoke the 12 and threaten all of creation?
Invoke the 12? Eh?
I came here in the hope of finding some speck of common ground, but I see now these discussions will accomplish nothing. Despite what you people may believe, I am not wont to choose the sword over the olive branch. 'Tis but a pity men are loath to accept one without first being shown the other.
See, the way I see this is kind of the way we've kept global peace relatively in place now, and it's kind of what I would suggest here is, alright, just keep your borders, decide on your lands, and then do within your border what you will. But obviously that doesn't work in 14 because of things like the icons, all of these different calamities. A nation can bring about ruin for everyone else. So there is an interconnectedness between all of these different nations. I mean, imagine if we were getting close to like global warming apocalypse and we all needed to like do a vast turnaround. Yeah, certain countries not doing it and they were bringing things close and close to the brink. Like, that's a really, like, you can't even just have your singular within your borders situation. Oh, that bit about evoking the 12 is what they did when Bahamut showed up. They summoned the 12 to try to seal Bahamut. That's what that big old dome was. That, I mean, he fucked that off easily, right? And then Louis Soir did his thing. Right. They evoked the 12 for that Bahamut thing. I mean, what were the...
Wait! I beg you.
Repercussions
This
of that?
meeting was supposed to be a chance to find a way forward together, not to bemoan the missteps which brought us here.
Alizé doesn't do politics. Here.
Please. If you truly consider violence a last resort, there must be a way we can come to an agreement.
As Mistress Alizé says, we did not come here to bicker over the past, but to discuss how we might strive towards a brighter future.
Yes, Nanimo, thank you for repeating.
Emperor Varis, may I suggest a short recess, that all present might compose themselves prior to beginning anew?
Alright. Have some tea, bit of scones, burrito. He's probably hungry. If everyone's hungry, then...
I pray this intermission will suffice to move these talks in a more constructive direction.
I'm liking this. We're talking. This is what I've been ranting on about for like a year. I've been saying, why don't we all just do it the British way? Let's sit down, have some bloody tea. Let's have some tea. That's it. Everyone get a bit of grub in them, so no one's all hanky, all Hank Marvin and hangry. Let's chat again. Oh gosh. Does the chat still need to be in emote mode? I need to see the comments. This is so juicy. Nanimo, let's go. For years have we warred with the Empire with no end in sight. A parley such as this represents a unique opportunity, and I would not squander it. Alright, with bitter words. Hey! Chat is live again. The cycle is the answer, Pez. It's what we need. Conflict is required for... Actually, you're fucking right, mate. Conflict is required for human growth. War is simply one type of conflict. Just look at history. How much has war fueled and pushed our technology forward? Over half the luxuries we enjoy today were developed first for military use. It's bloody true. One of those advancements was even blood transfusion. World War II did that. Most of the architecture advancements were nations learning how to build walls around their cities. Loads of technology, it's true. The cycle is what is required, but until what point? Is it to the point of human wokeness? Is that what it's all leading towards? Are we supposed to go through this weird technology dystopia where we have fantasy worlds and social media and cancel culture and all this crazy shit goes out the way until more and more what I'm finding, and I'm certainly finding it with a lot of friends, I find even in politics, the younger generation is getting clued on. They're getting smarter. They're starting to have everything and starting to realise, that's not it. That's not it, man. Number of even my friends, I mean, this might just be subject to so people who want a more simple life, is that what it's all for? Eventually to everyone gets to the point of wokeness. But the question is, will that point of wokeness and the cycle breaks before our technology destroys us? The cycle can go only for so long. Only so long can the cycle continue. But that's a beautifully made point. I like it. All nations are intertwined in the real world too, due to the global economy. We buy products, oil and precious metals gathered in countries that directly worsens their situations. It's true. It's true. And that is why compassion, in my opinion, will always be the answer. But then you have more right-leaning thinking people. I certainly have friends like it who think it's not really about having compassion and empathy. A lot of people I've even heard argue, saying compassion and empathy doesn't have any place in politics or world leadering. I personally think it's a cornerstone. I don't know. What do you think, Raban? Varis holds fast to his ideals, just as I knew he would. He will not be swayed from this path. I do much wonder at Emperor Varis' decision to attend these negotiations. It is plain he has no intention of hearkening to our entreaties, but what then is his goal? 'Tis true that Limsa Leminsa's beginning were not wholly honourable, but our old wrongs do not make the Empire's deeds right. I love that point. And that's coming up very much lately. The idea of reparations are coming around. I personally think it's fucking stupid that, especially through the Black Lives Movement, people saying that anyone who had a slave as a descendant deserves monetary reparations. I think that's stupid. I think addressing the core things, the core imbalances that are still there for everyone is a much better route to take, but it's an interesting comparison because we're seeing this exact talking point flare up a lot right now. For a moment I feared our talks would descend into violence there and then. Alizé speaks of her dislike for politics, but her honest plea may very well have prevented an early battle. It did. It was saucy. Empathy doesn't equate to good leadership. The thing is, and this is where I disagree, Ben Shapiro, who I used to listen to back when I had that angsty right-wing sort of time, that thought logic, angsty period, I think most people know that. He said the reason empathy doesn't exist in politics is because you will become emotional and empathetic and supportive to those you like. No. That's not what empathy means. Empathy means to be able to see from the viewpoint of someone who is racially different to you, culturally different to you, in a different class to yourself. That's what empathy means. It doesn't mean just to get on well with the people you like. It's to see it from the people you don't like. And that's what really fucks me off about the latest thing going on in America right now, is you have all of these crackdowns on certain freedoms that are very authoritarian and towards the left or the right, and the opposite team will cheer, fucking wrecked them, ruined them, and it's like, no. I can't remember who it was who said it. I think it was one of the founding fathers who said, defending the freedom of your enemy is one of the most important things you can do, because if you do not defend it for your enemy, it will come round for you at some point. Defending your enemy's rights and liberty. Is there anyone else in the room to talk to? I want to talk to all of these leaders. Yeah, why do I get a feeling the Emperor is hiding something? Whew, this is really not my forte. After his Resistance's little performance, it was all I could do not to swear at him. I honestly don't know how I ended up playing the mediator. I just asked myself what Alphino would have done. Try my best to do the same, but by some miracle it worked. But there really is no common ground to be found with that man, nor do I think he looked for any. So the question becomes, what did he come here to do? Because you may be certain it wasn't to make peace. That question scares me. Whatever it is, I can't make it out. Not yet, at least. We do have a little time before the parley is due to reconvene, though, so why not try consulting our illustrious leaders? Maybe they have some insights to share. Wait. And they've got different lines, nice. This parley was never likely to bring peace, but I had hoped to learn something of Emperor Varis' relationships with the Asians. As had we all, yet if he is in league with them, he is not like to volunteer the fact. And if he is not, how much weaker would his position seem for their presence? If we are to broach this particular subject, we will need to be subtle. Oh, would that I knew more of the man. If you would indulge me, Lord Hien, you received an imperial education, did you not? Is it true that the Emperor's will is considered absolute? There is no high authority in Garlemald, nor else... Wait, Hien had a imperial education? There is no high authority in all of Garlemald, nor else in the heavens, come to that. Veneration of the gods is forbidden, the only worship permitted being that of his radiance's own person. That sounds suspicious like religion within itself, go on. Do any of you think we are doomed in the near future? I don't. I think everything is moving way more towards a point of compassion and charity and social safety nets and experiments and things like UBI and welfare and taking care of the weakest and most vulnerable, and I don't know, I think everything's slowly becoming more mindful, personally. I have an optimistic view of humanity's future. I share your disdain for their hypocrisy, even as they, I mean, who's, just say pessimistic or optimistic? The future over the next 40 years of our lifetimes. Optimistic? Or are you sadly pessimistic? I share your disdain for their hypocrisy, even as they denigrate the idea of faith. They revere their leader with a further, others reserved for their divine. 'Tis a flaw common to such of the doctrine they fed us, logical on the surface perhaps, but contradictory upon closer examination. I wonder if a discussion of the various discrepancies might prompt Varis to reveal something. Interesting thought to approach it. Nice. Hopelessly optimistic. I like that. Societal utopia and multiculturalism are on two opposing ends of the societal spectrum. Do you think? I don't know how I feel on that one. 12 have mercy, but for Lady Alizé's timely rejection, we might as well have come to blows at the negotiating table. Not that Emperor Varis left us a great many options. Is unconditional surrender all he will accept, you think? Yeah, he arrived. I have said yes, but having heard him speak, I cannot help but think he came with some other end in mind. Exactly! He's building up to something, I know it. How then would you approach the rest of the parley? Have you anything to say, Warrior of Light? Shit. Is this important? Oh god. Say nothing of Xenos or the Asians. Alright, I'm not going to look at the chat, I'm going to make this choice blind. Say nothing of the Xenos or the Asians. So I think he knows Xenos is possessed. I don't think he's going to willingly give up any of that information. I think that could be a pointless thing. Invite Varis to explain himself. I often find people will divulge things more naturally if they just start speaking. So let's go for that. I feel that while important, empathy can only take a leader so far. Beyond empathy, a good leader needs to be able to analyse the situation, make the best choice, pragmatic choice for society he or she needs. As cynical and pessimist as I am, I certainly believe that humanity would destroy itself but would allow a good leader to take charge. I feel you in some regards. The older you get, the more conservative you get. This is true. Do you think? I think it's more the other. Well, I think that's for the last generation. The last generation. But I think in this one, where freedom of access to information is way different, I think that may change. You may believe he's more apt to reveal the truth if we put him at ease. Mayhap you are right. Thank you, Lenora. That was some damn good advice I just gave. I will say only one thing for this Varis. He is well versed in Aeolian history. His interest in our affairs out of a beast in its prey. The Conqueror would know his enemies. All should know their enemies, yet there is much and more we do not know of the Empire. I'm sure Varis would be happy to tell you more. It's up to us to change that here and now. Let's go for that. We got to get shit done in this meeting, for sure. Ha! You would have me ask the Emperor himself. Well, mayhap there is some wisdom to that. If we can skirt the storm of his displeasure, we may yet come to answers. Even if it does not mean sailing close to the wind. Even if it does mean sailing close to the well, we've been all the bloody wind and sea metaphors. Spoken with everyone then. Good. Now all that remains is to await the pleasure of the Emperor and hope we fare better at the second attempt.
Now then, who would have the floor?
Before we resume, I wish to offer you an apology. After you graciously accepted our invitation to discuss an armistice, we have done naught but rebuke you at every opportunity. I believe I speak for all of us when I say we are deeply sorry for our discourtesy.
That's it, Nanamo. A little bit of arse kissing, just a little bit round the hall.
I'll admit your familiarity with our affairs surprised me, and served to remind me how little I know of yours.
I think all here can understand the desire to reclaim one's homeland. But why expand further?
That is a good question. I guess a hear here.
If I may, the answer can be found in the Imperial doctrine they took great pains to impart to my people. Recognizing the threat icons posed to the world, Solus Zos Galvus decreed that they were to be eradicated. To this end, he began a campaign to unite all lands under the Garlean banner.
Drop the story about Levi McBolka.
Or so we were taught. Yet the Emperor only reached the burn, the Baron said to have been laid waste by icons, after conquering all the lands that lay between. What is more, I am quite certain the practice of summoning was not nearly so widespread in the days before the Empire's founding.
When you put it like that, it all starts to sound like an excuse, doesn't it? But to distract from what? Why are you really waging this war?
Oh, we're getting into the meat and bones of it now. The buttery biscuit base. Don't smirk.
Finally, you ask the right question.
Yes, indeed.
I can
the
but
battery
hope
biscuit
you heed
base.
mine answer, and at last accept the righteousness of our cause.
Alright, let's do it, man. Lay it on me, brother.
Is this: to return the world to the way it once was, the way it was always meant to be.
Okay. Running around in loincloths, eating meat over the fire, and dragging women back to our caves. I like your thinking, Varis. Zug
In
zug.
doing so, mankind will be made whole once more.
It was a good time, except for the women. Although some of them are like getting dragged back to the cave.
No longer will we suffer from the dissension born of our differences.
Will we suffer from the dissension born of our differences?
There will be but one race, a perfect race, as we were when time began.
Shit! There's one other dude in history who spoke like this. Actually, no, there's been quite a few. But one in particular, a pure and perfect race. Don't tell me it's the Lalafels. Is it the fucking Lalafels?
What in Rolga's name are you talking about?
I am talking about the origins of this star, of the source and its 13 reflections.
That bloody number! 13! 13? 9? What is Square's obsession with it? Origins of this star, of the source and its 13 reflections. That's not the 12 extracting Zodiac, or extracting Zodiac. Is that what they mean? The 13 reflections. Same, completely different.
'Twas not only the world that was shattered, but mankind itself. Thus were we divided into myriad races, each with its own unique imperfections.
At the Great Sundering. Okay. So everything was mankind once.
That is why man looks upon his neighbor and feels fear and hatred, why he wages war, why he kills his brother.
Let's talk about the other worlds. 13 plus 1 source. So that warrior of darkness who showed up, one of his worlds was just one of the reflections. Right, that term is new to me. Reflections. Oh man, we are getting philosophical and deep.
You all in your own way have proven as much today. The peace you seek is but a fleeting solution to a fundamental problem. One which calls for more drastic measures. To bring about everlasting peace, our worlds must be rejoined.
Shit. The 13 reflections need to be... So say Varis. How dat? How do?
That is the goal the Empire would see realized. The glorious future unto which we shall one day shepherd mankind.
Don't know how I feel about this, man. The Lalas, they can go. But the Makotes, man, Varis. Think about the Makotes. Think about the sexy Makotes.
A rejoining of worlds.
Fuck, that's a big goal.
I have heard this tale of the source and its reflections before.
Oh, we need to chat for days about this.
The Aseans?
Now I'm starting to think about that dark purple crystal that was behind the Aseans and had ties with Hydaelyn, and how Hydaelyn is a primal, or so it said, and Zodiac is one. Oh, shit, I'm overthinking. Let's follow the scene.
Do not trust in their words. They will lead you to your doom. My father thought to use them, but in the end he succumbed to their temptations. He embraced summoning like so many other pawns before him. Do not tell us you mean to do the same.
To be a pawn, free from the burden of choice, would be a blessing.
I mean, technically you are a pawn, right?
But I forswore that privilege the day I learned that the Gallian Empire was built by the hand of an Asean.
Whoa! He's told him. Fwah! Fwah! Shaters.
Yes.
What is this music?
My grandsire, the former emperor, is of their number. And
Varis has been forthcoming.
An empire capable of bringing about the calamitous change we desire. Would you condemn me for this alliance? For bowing to the will of these shadowy masters, when the prize is true and lasting peace?
Prizes allies your master's demons. I don't know. I don't want to say either of these things. I want to ... These are stupid responses. Stupid. I would ask here, what makes you so sure that it was true in our everlasting peace? Why did the realms shatter into multiple reflections? Are you too lazy to try to work for peace yourself? Prize is a lie. Your master demons go. I know. The one time there's no ...
To free man from the prison of divergence.
The prison of divergence. Hold on. I want to read the exact definition for divergence. In vector calculus, that's probably not what I want. Oh man, this is such a juicy section of this game. Honestly, if I was playing this by myself, I would be taking ages. I mean, I know what the basis of divergence is. I mean, just separate. From the prison of divergence. I guess that's all it means. It's just splitting. Violence when the incomes of anymore. Situation in which two or more things become different, or the difference between them increases. I mean, Pez, you have been taking ages. Yeah, I love it.
One perfect race beneath a single standard.
Oh, jeez.
An army
Hail Varis!
Might these
Hail Varis!
Of darkness and light would fly as leaves in a storm, never again to meddle in man's affairs. We would be the masters of our own fate.
I mean, we are now, dude. We are now.
I bid you join me, not as subjects of Garlemald, but of a new nation. And together we shall win freedom for ourselves and generations yet unborn.
I reckon they should have a couple of alliance leaders go join him. Go on. Go on, Kenny Senna, go join him.
You want to trigger another half-dozen calamities? You can't be serious!
Have you forgotten how many died? There will be no one left.
Do you truly imagine we would aid you in your bloodletting?
Oh shit, no one's having any of it.
It is unthinkable.
No one's having any of it.
Unconscionable.
Oh boy.
And what is the alternative? To be as cattle waiting for slaughter? I would have us work together that we might take fate into our own hands.
Into your hands, perhaps. But what of the other
Curious
worlds,
flash,
your
a
radiance?
curious flash.
With every calamity, you obliterate a star and every soul that dwells on it.
I mean, I'm trying to connect what that means. Alize means by that with the flash to the warriors. Is it's saying with every calamity that Varis orchestrates, obliterates a star and every soul that dwells in it. But those warriors, their realm got fucked because it had too much light in it. How is that be Varis's problem?
To the Aseans, we are all but tiny, momentary specks within an indifferent
It'll be explained later.
universe. We cannot hope to oppose them until we have been made whole once more.
I think Varis just needs to be the show
Are
and the
these
beauty of
truly
life.
the words of Garlemald's ruler?
No, that's a good question. That's a good question. I think Varis just needs to be taken to a beautiful sunrise. To hear the flow of a river. To taste the delicious succulent of an old El Paso fajita. Succulently done. Varis just needs to be shown the simple joys in life.
The flaws and foibles which you so abhor are what make us who we are. Every nation, even yours, Emperor Varis, is made whole through the combination of these imperfections, the strengths of one compensating for the weaknesses of another.
That's good. Hear, hear. Hear, hear. Exactly. Exactly. White men can't jump.
While it is true that man succumbs all too often to anger and avarice, he may yet overcome his baser instincts through the forming of bonds with others, fostering community and cooperation. That the protector of an empire should not only reject these fundamental truths, but seek to change them at so dear a cost to life is indefensible.
Nanamo just casually dunking out the law of polarity. One of the fundamental truths, the law of polarity. Of opposites and how
Such
opposites
a man
polarize each other.
is not fit to govern.
As well as encircle, harmonize together. Jesus, Nanamo. Yeah, I'm gonna have to decide the MVP of this parlay. I'll have to think on it. See it all the way through.
And you, warrior of light, would you
Go on, give me a
refuse
choice.
as well?
Give me a choice. Can I join you? I'll do it. I'll do it. Cannot condone such a loss of life. We can defeat the Aseans as we are. I'll go for this. Cannot. Varis needs to recognize the value of life. That's what he needs. Why do you want to join him, Bez? Oh, I don't know. It would have been juicy.
It would seem the Alliance is of one mind on this matter.
You Eorzeans never cease to disappoint me. Though I suppose I have only myself to blame for expecting more from savages.
Oh dear. Looks like no agreement is going to be made
This
here
discussion
today.
is at an end. I bid you make ready for our next meeting. It will not be at the negotiating table.
Alright. All we've ascertained from this meeting is he ain't gonna stop at nothing. We ain't gonna stop at nothing. Fucking hell, here we go. It's all out war! So at least no one tried to get low and sneaky. No poisoning attempts were made. Oh gosh. I really thought we'd be able to come to some sort of agreement. Like I don't know. We could have talked about the Aseans more. Like, let's just take those down for now. Oh, Lucia, I've missed you. Oh my god, all these NPCs to talk to. Oh my god, even Slavsvrun's in here. Bleeding heck. Talk to every NPC time, let's go. The Temple Knights have deployed in full strength. Here's future is in this guy's future, and our fates ride upon the outcome of this conflict. I love this whole cutscene so much. That was one of the better, almost best sections of story. It makes a twisted kind of sense that the Empire was built by the Chaos Bringers themselves. The revelation yet rattles me, but now that we know our enemies are one and the same, we have a target upon which to unleash the full force of the Alliance. Yes, if I see you bitch out of a single other fight, Mailwib, I'll be coming for you. Now that we have learned the Emperor's true purpose, war has become an inevitability. It is times like these I curse my own uselessness in battle. Go on, Nanamo, train. I want to see Shadowbringers Nanamo. Get Ninja Nanamo. Oh god. Alright. What time is it now? Jesus! Time is flying. I refuse the Emperor's words with all of my being. What justice is then an ideal that demands the sacrifice of so many? I don't know though, man. Like, it is tough. Like, think about it. Let's just really ideologically think about it for a second. If one generation had to go through, or even a couple generations had to go through grief and sorrow and hardship, but in that time, all disease was purged, all genetic flaws were purged, things like overpopulation would no longer be a thing. Say if some sort of genocide was to happen, but after that, after 2-3 generations, people would be healthier. There'd be, well, I mean, that's the thing. It's a load of bullshit. I said there'd be more to go around. There's plenty of to go around now. So it just depends whether you've got the will and the oomph and the effort and the right people with the right hearts to do it the hard way. That's just the lazy macro, no, control, alt, delete, all hard shit options. I don't know. It's worth the effort. It is tough though. I was born in the Empire, but I will never serve the Emperor. Only the Sitz commands my loyalty. What do you think, Alizé? His grand plan is bring about more calamities. This is insanity. This madman must be stopped at all costs. But doesn't walk with some kind of hat, no disease, so death rate is low. There's an overpopulation. Oh God. Come on. I don't know, there is, the thing is, the path of doing something terrible and genocidal and purgy can sometimes seem the only way to bring about the utopia, because the other option just seems kind of pointless. I mean, Lilac, I don't blame you for saying it, but Lilac, you just made the exact point. Sadly, human greed would mean you could halve the population, there would still be nothing, who would have nothing. Yeah, that's true actually. You literally could halve the population and there would still be those with the haves and those with the have-nots. Yeah, you're right. Oh God, sorry, I'm trying to talk to these leaders, but my bloody controller. We suspected Asians meddled in the shadows of the Empire, but the truth is far beyond my wildest imagining. At least now we have our face of enemy, and need not hesitate to strike at his heart. Alright. Let's I came back to find Doma's advance party ready and waiting for battle. So as worrying as our little chat with the Emperor was, it did buy enough time for at least some of our allies to revive. Okay, right, we're at the 2 hour mark. Bleeding neck, what do? What do? Type 0 and Catherine? Oh, we're at such a juicy section. I know, we got a week. Come on, continue on. You're almost there. You say almost. Literally how long? Because I'm so hungry. I'm wondering if it's going to take another stream. Is it going to take another 2 hour stream? 3 more quests, yeah, but I assume there'll be a dungeon at the end. At the end as well. Might be another couple of hours stream. Alright, if I take a break, it's going to be longer because I've not eaten. I'm very, very hungry. So I might go get some snacks. Alright, looks like it's going to be a 14 day. It's going to be a 14 day. Yeah, alright. Alright, let's do it then. At least I can actually advertise out this is going to be the ending of Stormblood. The emergence into Shadowbringers. Oh my god. Things over the last few streams have just gone wild. We have learned so much. I'm coming so hype into this next expansion. Alright, we'll take a break. Thank you so much, guys. Everyone who dropped some love in this first part of the stream. Azabasa Kaza, all the follows like Kel and Oshi Shen, Merciful Fate. Whoa, 6 months at tier 1. Beautiful, mate. Who else did we have? Kareto Kaiden was going mad with the gifting. Love it. Tiger's Mask, Pink Yad, Jess Mac. Anyone else I've missed, thank you all. I'll be back in probably half hour, 40-ish minutes, about that. I'm just gonna go eat and I'll get back as soon as I freaking can. Alright, here we go. Anything before I bounce? How long will the break be, Pairs? Might just leave the window open. It's gonna be about 40, I'd say. About that. Alright. Oh no. People are wondering whether or not to go to sleep. Get your food down your gob. Alright, I'm going. Until the next live stream. My name's Asean Jeff. Oh.